I'm going to zoom in on that here in a second. And then you can see him walking out on his phone behind the tent. Charlie is getting loaded into the van, and Micky is seen over here, back turned on the phone. This is weird, right? But even weirder is this. Zooming in closer, Micky's reaction right when Charlie was shot. Look, he pulls his phone out to his ear without even pressing any buttons. Watch closely. Arms folded, phone right to his ear.
Micky McCoy's wife just leaked messages that could blow this entire Charlie Kirk story wide open, and now, Erika Kirk is allegedly doing everything in her power to shut her down. The leaked footage shows something strange about Micky. Really strange. And it looks like his own wife is done covering for him. She's ready to expose everything, but here's the thing, Erika doesn't want that to happen. And what she's allegedly doing to stop it is exactly what we need to talk about. Look, I know you clicked on this video for answers, so let me tell you exactly what you're about to see. You're going to see the leaked footage that has everyone asking questions. You're going to hear about the timeline contradictions that don't add up. You're going to learn about a suspicious vacation that happened just weeks before Charlie Kirk got shot. And you're going to find out why people online are calling this an inside job. Now, I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm just here to show you what's out there. Because if these leaks are real, even halfway real, they suggest that people close to Charlie may have known something before the shooting happened. And honestly, the more I looked into this, the harder it became to ignore what I was seeing. The stories don't match. The timelines are off. And the silence from certain people is louder than anything they could say. Yeah, so stick with me, because what Micky McCoy's own wife allegedly leaked changes everything. Before we dive in, you need to know exactly who we're talking about. Micky McCoy is Charlie Kirk's chief of staff at Turning Point USA. He was just 23 years old when Charlie was shot, and get this, he was standing right next to Charlie when it happened. Now, I'm not going to retell what happened to Charlie, 90% of people already know that part. Instead, let's start with Micky's reaction. There's footage that went viral showing what he did the moment Charlie got shot, and I'm telling you, it's not what you'd expect. Instead of running to help his friend, instead of ducking for cover like everyone else, Micky calmly walked away with his phone to his ear.
Micky, in less than a second, does something that I find to be quite strange. He puts his phone to his ear, and he begins a conversation. So we're going to watch that clip in its entirety. Mark is going to bring it in. That it is exactly 834 milliseconds from the time that you hear the shot. That is how long it takes for Micky McCoy to put the phone to his ear. Now, why is that precise timing so important? Because there's no dialing. Micky didn't have time to dial, okay? You can't dial and put your phone to an ear in 0.834 seconds. Yeah, when the clip was brought to my attention, I obviously have a file. I have big folder of files of every angle, and I decided to track Micky from every angle available to see, like, maybe we just missed it, and he did at some point put that phone down, dial a number, speed dial, hold down one, I don't know.
Take a look at that. Everyone around him is panicking. People are screaming. People are running. And Micky? He just turns around and walks away slowly, like he knew exactly what was about to happen. Now, I'm not saying he did, but that's what it looks like. And that's why people started digging. And here's something else that grabbed everyone's attention. After the shooting, people at Turning Point USA suddenly began calling Micky a hero. Not once, not twice, every single time his name was mentioned, there was an adjective attached to it. The amazing Micky McCoy. The brilliant Micky McCoy. The heroic Micky McCoy. Even Candace Owens pointed this out. She asked a simple question: why does only Micky need an adjective before his name?
Charlie died, Micky McCoy and his wife Eliza, for the very first time, now this is according to Eliza McCoy, she shared that it was the first time ever that they went on vacation. Her and Micky went on vacation with Erika and Charlie. Here's that post on Instagram. That second paragraph begins, "We spent a few weeks together this summer, our first family trip together." Okay, getting real close there. And while they were on this very first time together for a couple of weeks vacation, something moved the McCoys to capture intimate and sweet moments of the Kirk family from behind the scenes. Now, you know which footage I'm talking about. It's the footage that has since gone viral of Charlie walking with his children and Erika. Erika grabs his hand. It's actually a very sweet moment, and it moved a lot of us. People were, I know I was crying when I first saw this footage a couple of days after Charlie died.
Think about how strange that would be in real life. Imagine if every time someone mentioned a friend, they said, the spectacular John, or the breathtaking Sarah. You'd immediately think something was off, right? So why is everyone doing it for Micky? Okay, here's where things get really interesting because Erika Kirk herself may have accidentally exposed a lie in her interview with Jesse Waters on Fox News. Erika was asked how she found out Charlie had been shot. And here's what she said. She was at her mom's doctor's appointment. Her phone was on silent, she had set it down, and when she picked it back up, Micky McCoy was calling her. She said he called her within seconds of the shooting. Within seconds. Now, that lines up perfectly with the viral footage. We just talked about the footage showing Micky picking up his phone right after the shot, the footage showing him walking away while talking to someone. So Erika's story confirms it, right? Micky was on the phone immediately after Charlie got shot, but wait, because Turning Point USA said something completely different. Andrew Covett, the executive producer of the Charlie Kirk show, made a video trying to clear Micky's name. And in that video, he claimed Micky was not on the phone. He said Micky only put his hands up to his ears because the gunshot was loud. He insisted Micky was shell-shocked, and that the phone was just in his hand, but he wasn't using it. So now we have a problem. A big one. Either Erika is telling the truth and Micky really did call her within seconds, which means the footage is exactly what it looks like. Or Turning Point USA is telling the truth and Micky wasn't on a call at all, which means Erika lied on national television. Point one of them is lying, and you know what they say, people who tell small lies tend to tell bigger ones eventually. Here's the thing, there's a really simple way to clear all this up. Micky could just release his call logs. That's it. Show the timestamps. Show who he called and when. It would take 5 minutes and it would settle everything once and for all, but has he done that? Nope. Complete silence, and that silence is telling. Now, this next part is what really made me sit up and pay attention. Candace Owens dropped something big in one of her videos. She pointed out that just weeks before Charlie died, something strange happened. The McCoys, Micky and his wife Eliza, went on their very first family vacation with Charlie and Erika Kirk, their first ever.
Example number one, Charlie's very last overseas trip to Korea. This was 4 days before he died. For whatever reason, Micky McCoy felt suddenly inspired to try his luck, miking up Charlie and capturing him on the road. And he says this is the first time he ever did it. Take a listen to Micky McCoy explain that.
This comes straight from Eliza McCoy's own Instagram post. She wrote that they spent a few weeks together that summer, their first family trip together, getting really close. And while they were on this vacation, something else happened. The McCoys started filming the Kirk family, not just casual pictures. Not random clips. They captured intimate, behind-the-scenes moments. You probably know the footage I'm talking about. It went viral after Charlie died. It shows Charlie walking with his kids. It shows Erika grabbing his hand. A really sweet moment that made a lot of people emotional. Well, guess who filmed that? The McCoys, and Candace asked a question I can't stop thinking about. What moved them to do that? Think about it. When you go on a family vacation, who's usually behind the camera? A family member. Which means someone is always missing from the photos. That's normal, but on this trip, the McCoys were filming the entire Kirk family from behind the scenes. Almost like they knew these moments needed to be documented. That just luck? Are the McCoys extremely thoughtful friends? Or was something else going on? And here's another strange detail. Just 4 days before Charlie died, Micky felt the urge to film Charlie during their trip to Korea. It ended up being the last time Charlie was ever captured on camera like that.
I don't want you to feel hurt by all these horrible things. We know that you have a responsibility. You're a young man. And I just want you to take a deep breath, like I said, and you know what? Let them spin their conspiracy theories. You're a good kid. You had instructions to call Erika. Charlie had a team that jumped right in there. I know that team. And we just got to move on. We got to push them moving on, and let's get to these midterms.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Bernadette. It's crazy. It's just, I remember taking, the last picture I took of Charlie was at 12:23. I did, in fact, call Erika momentarily afterwards, but thank you, Bernadette. That's very encouraging to hear from you.
You be
You've always been
encouraged,
such a
and you
good
keep
friend.
going, because we need you, and we need that team to take a deep breath and get your pants on and get running.
4 days, and Micky just happened to film him. I don't know about you, but that timing feels off to me. All right, now we need to talk about the alleged leaks, because this is where the story really explodes. Late one night, an account that people claimed was connected to Micky McCoy's wife dropped something online. Screenshots. Audio clips. Private conversations. No caption. No explanation. Just 3 chilling words they all knew. Within minutes, those screenshots spread like wildfire. And what people said they found inside sent chills down their spines. The screenshots allegedly showed a private group chat. The names inside? Micky McCoy, a few Turning Point USA staffers, and someone labeled EK, who many online speculated might be Erika Kirk. The messages weren't long, but they didn't need to be. Here's what they reportedly said: everything is set. Keep calm if it happens. We've rehearsed this. Make sure cameras stay rolling. And then the line that became the internet's obsession: Erika already knows. 4 words, but they changed everything for the people following this story. Because if those messages were real, if Erika somehow knew something beforehand, then what looked like chaos might not have been chaos at all. It might have been planned, and there's more to a voice memo surfaced too. A woman's voice, shaky, saying, "I can't stay quiet anymore." This wasn't an accident. Many believed it was Micky's wife. Others thought it might be a friend trying to protect her. But whoever it was, the tone carried the same message: fear mixed with guilt, and here's the part that pushed everything beyond coincidence. The timestamps on the leaked messages allegedly lined up almost perfectly with the viral footage of Micky picking up his phone right before the shooting. What people once brushed off as random timing suddenly looked deliberate. Reddit threads, TikTok videos, Twitter spaces. Everywhere you looked, people were asking the same question: what did Erika Kirk and the TPUSA team really know before the shooting, if anything? So what happened after these alleged leaks dropped? That's where things get dark. To Micky's wife's social media? Gone. Deleted. Her friends' accounts? Locked down. People claiming to know her said she was told not to talk. Others said she was terrified, and then silence. But while she went quiet, Turning Point USA did the opposite. They pushed out content featuring Micky non-stop. Podcasts. Speeches. Press releases. All of them praising the amazing Micky McCoy. It looked less like mourning and more like damage control, like the only way to smother a scandal was to bury it under PR.
Is that Micky McCoy, the chief of staff of Turning Point USA, Micky McCoy, for whatever reason, he always requires an adjective. Whenever they discuss Micky McCoy, there's an adjective before they say his name. A bunch of people in the Turning Point USA orbit described Micky McCoy in this very unique manner. I want you to take a listen to that.
Let me tell you who the heroes were in this whole thing. We're going to start with 23-year-old Micky McCoy. And that's when the great Micky McCoy showed up.
And my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Micky McCoy.
My friend Micky McCoy, the brilliant 24-year-old who at the time when Charlie was shot was 23 and was a hero that day.
I used to be known as Charlie Kirk's pastor, now I'm known as Micky McCoy's dad.
He clicked into gear eventually.
He did.
It was amazing.
Micky was a heroic figure on that day.
And this is actually, to your point, you saw Micky do heroic things that day. I saw Micky do heroic things. I was not on site, but I immediately flew to Utah. We got a plane. I mean, it's not something that I'm used to, but it was like my wife went with me. We went straight over. I knew I needed to be with Erika and the team immediately just because, I just knew. But that moment when I got the news, I was so shell-shocked. I was not even there, but I was immediately traumatized. My brain fries like an egg. I can't see straight. I can't think straight. All I knew is that, what's happening? My wife came in. She, hugged me. We started crying together.
In one clip, you can see someone telling Micky not to worry about the conspiracy theories. They tell him to take a deep breath and call him a good kid. They say Charlie had a team that jumped in immediately. But here's the thing about silence: when innocent people get accused of something, they usually fight back. They post proof. They file lawsuits. They demand retractions. What has TPUSA done? Nothing. No lawsuit against the false rumors. No cease and desist. Just carefully choreographed silence. And that pattern deny, distract, disappear is exactly what you'd expect from a cover-up. I'm not saying that's what this is, but I am saying it doesn't look good, and Erika, based on what's circulating on Linneaus, allegedly doing everything in her power to stop Mikey's wife from speaking any further. The woman who broke the script. They want her quiet. Let's go back to something Candace Owens noticed, because the more I think about it, the stranger it gets. Every single time someone at Turning Point USA mentions Micky McCoy, they attach an adjective. Every single time. The amazing Micky McCoy. The brilliant Micky McCoy. The heroic Micky McCoy. Listen to some of the things people have said. And there's this clip where someone says, "She hugged me." Then he pauses for a split second before adding, "We started crying." That pause felt rehearsed, like he was thinking about what to say next. Candace put it perfectly. She said she would never call someone heroic for walking away from their friend after he got shot. That's not what heroes do, and think about how strange it would be if every time someone mentioned Tucker Carlson, they called him the spectacular Tucker Carlson. You'd think something was going on, right? So why does only Mikey get this treatment? Why is everyone so determined to frame him as a hero unless they're trying to get ahead of something? Let's zoom out for a second, because there are some things Erika said in her Fox News interview that people haven't talked about enough. When Jesse Waters asked her if they had caught Charlie's killer, she didn't say yes. She said, "I trust our team." She mentioned that she's seen the autopsy report. She talked about different portions of evidence that have been collected. And then she said something that stuck with me: "I want to see what they did to my husband." They are not him. So who is they? It's a question, and it's one she hasn't answered. When Jesse asked whether Charlie being shot while answering a question about trans violence was a coincidence, Erika gave a simple response: "I don't believe in coincidences." Neither do I. Candace Owens has been covering this story extensively, and she's openly suggested it could have been an inside job. She's pointed to inconsistencies, conflicting details, and strange behavior, and she's saying what a lot of people are already thinking: this feels bigger than just one shooter. We know Charlie was shot on stage. We know Mikey's reaction seemed unusual. We know the timelines don't line up perfectly. We know his wife allegedly leaked messages suggesting people may have known something in advance. And we know the key people involved have gone quiet. That's a lot of coincidences for someone who doesn't believe in coincidences. So here's where things stand. Micky McCoy walked away calmly after his friend was shot. He hasn't released his call logs. Everyone at TPUSA keeps calling him a hero for simply walking away. Erika is allegedly trying to silence the one person who might know the truth. And the woman who leaked those messages? She's gone quiet. What's really going on here? I don't have all the answers, but I do know someone out there understands exactly what happened that day. And the silence, the forced smiles, the scripted praise makes everything feel like a cover-up. Maybe one day, when the weight of the silence becomes too heavy to carry, the truth will finally come out. Not from speeches, not from PR campaigns, but from someone who was there, someone who actually saw everything. Until then, we keep asking questions. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you think is really happening. Do you believe the official story, or do you think something bigger is unfolding behind the scenes? See you next time.